Have you ever noticed that sometimes your cat just stares at you, meows in a strange way, or rubs up against you more than usual? Well, never ignore your cat, because believe it or not, they're trying to tell you something, and it might be much more important than you think. Today I'm going to show you the signs your cat uses to communicate, what they really mean, and why understanding them can completely change the way you and your cat relate to each other. So stay with me until the end of this video, because there's a part that almost nobody knows. And it's exactly the secret to understanding what your cat truly wants. People often think that cats are cold, independent, and don't really care about us. But anyone who lives with a cat knows that's not true. They have feelings, express affection, jealousy, longing, and even frustration, just in a different way than dogs do. The problem is, we often don't understand these messages and end up misinterpreting them. It's as if your cat were trying to tell you something, but you simply didn't speak their language. And that's where the distance begins, along with strange behaviors and even emotional health problems in your feline friend. But before I tell you how to decode those mysterious signals your cat uses to communicate, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a like on this video. It really helps the channel grow and motivates me to keep bringing amazing content for you and your cat. Here, we talk about everything related to feline behavior, surprising curiosities you might never have heard before, practical tips to make your cat happier and more balanced, and most importantly, how to build a real, deep, and loving connection with your cat. Because understanding your cat isn't just about interpreting meows or knowing when they want affection. It's about creating a relationship based on trust and love, where you both truly understand each other. And hey, leave a comment below telling me your cat's name, breed, if they have one, and a fun fact about them. I love getting to know your cats, reading your stories, and even replying with personalized tips. Who knows? Maybe your cat will show up in the next video. So let's go, subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with other cat owners, because together we can change the lives of so many cats out there. Starting with yours. Now, let's get straight to the point. Your cat is communicating all the time, even when it seems completely silent. Every movement, every look, tail position, and type of meow is an attempt to tell you something. Cats have their own language, full of subtle nuances, and once you start to understand these signals, it's like you've finally learned to speak cat. When your cat meows, it's not just a random sound, it's a specific message. There are meows of hunger, of attention, of longing, of frustration, and even of pain. For example, a long, drawn-out meow, almost like a whine, is usually a request for something. Maybe your cat wants food, wants you to open a door, or simply wants you to come closer. A short, quick, repeated meow often means something like, "Hey, look at me. Let's play." It's their playful way of asking for attention. And that high-pitched, loud, or insistent meow can be a sign of irritation, discomfort, or impatience. Maybe your cat is stressed, annoyed by something in the environment, or even in pain. But it's not just the sound that matters. Context is everything. If the meow comes with an upright tail and relaxed ears, it's a friendly call. However, if it's paired with flattened ears, a tense body, or a tail swishing back and forth, that's a warning sign. Your cat might be irritated or on alert. Another fascinating detail is that, among themselves, cats don't meow very much. They reserve this form of communication mainly for humans. In other words, if your cat meows at you, it's because they trust you and believe you'll understand, or at least try to. Understanding these nuances is the first step towards strengthening your bond. When you respond the right way, with affection, attention, and respect for their space, your cat feels safer and more connected to you. And that's when the magic happens. Behavior improves, harmony grows, and your cat becomes even more affectionate. And it's not just the meow, you know? A cat's body speaks, and it speaks volumes. Every movement is a form of expression, and when you start paying attention, you'll realize that your cat is talking to you all the time, even without making a sound. The position of the ears, the tail, and even the eyes tell entire stories about what they're feeling in that moment. Paw prints. If your cat's tail is upright with a slightly curved tip, that's a great sign. It means they're happy, relaxed, and confident around you. It's their way of saying, "I like being here with you." Many cats even greet their owners like this when they come home, walking toward them with their tails up and maybe letting out a soft meow. It's a loving, welcoming gesture. Now, if the tail is low, tucked, or with fur standing on end, and the ears are tilted slightly backward, that changes the message completely. This can indicate fear, insecurity, stress, or irritation. Sometimes, it's something in the environment that's bothering them. A loud noise, a stranger, another animal, or even a recent change at home. Paying attention to these signs helps you know when it's time to give your cat space or help them feel safer. And that adorable little gesture when your cat gives you gentle head butts might seem simple, but it has a deep meaning. It's their way of saying, "I trust you, you're mine." When your cat rubs their head or face against you, they're actually mixing their scent with yours, a clear display of affection and belonging. It's as if they're saying, "You're part of my group, part of my family." Also, pay attention to their eyes. A cat that looks at you and blinks slowly is showing calmness, trust, and love. This slow blink is often called the cat kiss, and if you blink slowly back at them, they understand it as a sign of affection in return. It's a silent exchange of love between you and your feline friend. Noticing and respecting all these body signals completely transforms the relationship between you and your cat. When you understand their body language, you avoid misunderstandings, reduce stress, and create a much deeper emotional bond. In the end, your cat doesn't need to speak. Their body says it all. You just have to learn to listen with your eyes and your heart. But hold on, there's more. You know when your cat starts following you around the house for no apparent reason, trailing behind you even in the most unexpected places, the bathroom, the kitchen, the bedroom, like a little shadow? Well, that's affection. It's their way of saying, "I like your presence, I want to be where you are." Even if they don't necessarily want to play or be touched at that moment, just being near you makes them feel safe and connected. And when they lie right in the middle of your path, in the hallway, in front of your computer, or exactly where you need to walk, and it seems like they're just getting in your way, believe it or not, that's love in disguise. They're marking their presence, showing that they trust you and that your space is also theirs. It's their subtle way of saying, "You're part of my territory and part of my life." Some cats do this as an invitation to interact, while others simply want to feel your scent or make sure you don't leave without them noticing. These behaviors, which might sometimes seem stubborn or funny, are actually sincere demonstrations of affection and attachment. Cats are naturally territorial animals, and when they choose to share their territory with you, by following you, rubbing against you, or lying in your favorite spots, it means they accept you as part of their feline family. It's truly beautiful how these little gestures carry such deep meaning, isn't it? Every movement, every choice to stay close to you, is a silent sign of trust and love. And the more you notice and appreciate these signals, the stronger and more harmonious your bond becomes. And pay close attention. If your cat is hiding frequently, sleeping more than usual, or has stopped playing like before, this could be a silent cry for help. These behaviors often go unnoticed, but for someone who knows their cat well, they are clear signs that something isn't right. Your cat may be stressed, bored, in pain, or even experiencing a physical or emotional health issue. Cats are masters at hiding what they feel. It's a natural instinct inherited from their ancestors, who needed to conceal signs of weakness to survive in the wild. That's why when your cat starts isolating itself, avoiding contact, or changing its behavior patterns, it's not laziness or acting up. It's a way of coping with something that's bothering them. It could be a simple environmental change, like new noises or furniture rearrangements, or something more serious, like pain, inflammation, or sadness. If your cat spends a lot of time hiding, observing everything from a distance, avoiding play or interaction, it's time to stop and pay close attention. Sometimes, small adjustments in their routine help, offering new toys, dedicating more quality time together, creating safe and quiet spots for them to rest. But if the behavior persists, the best course of action is to take them to the veterinarian to rule out any health problems. Never ignore your cat. Every action they take is a message, and the more you learn to interpret it, the easier it becomes to help them feel well. Remember, you are the most important person in their life, the only one who can notice these subtle signals and respond in the right way, with love, patience, and care. Understanding this is what separates an ordinary pet owner from a true feline companion. Someone who not only loves their cat but also understands and protects them in every moment. I remember one time a subscriber told me in the comments that his cat started meowing every time he left the house. At first, he thought it was just acting up or annoying behavior, But when he started truly observing, he realized something important. The cat was anxious, missing his presence, and worried about his absence. He then decided to make a few simple but very effective changes. He began adjusting the routine, making sure the cat had moments of attention and play before he left interactive toys around the house so the cat could entertain itself, and even placed a piece of clothing with his scent in a spot for the cat, so it could feel comfort and familiarity even when alone. With these small actions, everything changed. The cat became calmer, less anxious, and more confident during the owner's absences. And the most interesting part, the bond between them grew even stronger, because the cat started associating the owner's presence with safety, affection, and attention instead of fear or anxiety. This story clearly shows how understanding what your cat is trying to tell you can completely transform your relationship. It's not just about tolerating their behavior, but about paying attention to signals, interpreting them correctly, and responding with love and thoughtful action. The more you observe, the more you can anticipate needs, reduce stress, and strengthen your connection. It's a reminder that every gesture your cat makes, no matter how small, has deep meaning and deserves to be understood. I remember one time a subscriber told me in the comments that his cat started meowing every time he left the house. At first, he thought it was just acting up or annoying behavior, but when he started truly observing, he realized something important. The cat was anxious, missing his presence, and worried about his absence. He then decided to make a few simple but very effective changes. He began adjusting the routine, making sure the cat had moments of attention and play before he left interactive toys around the house so the cat could entertain itself, and even placed a piece of clothing with his scent in a spot for the cat, so it could feel comfort and familiarity even when alone. With these small actions, everything changed. The cat became calmer, less anxious, and more confident during the owner's absences. And the most interesting part, the bond between them grew even stronger, because the cat started associating the owner's presence with safety, affection, and attention instead of fear or anxiety. This story clearly shows how understanding what your cat is trying to tell you can completely transform your relationship. It's not just about tolerating their behavior, but about paying attention to signals, interpreting them correctly, and responding with love and thoughtful action. The more you observe, the more you can anticipate needs, reduce stress, and strengthen your connection. It's a reminder that every gesture your cat makes, no matter how small, has deep meaning and deserves to be understood. And if you made it this far, congratulations! That shows you truly want to understand your cat better and build an even stronger connection with them. You're demonstrating attention, patience, and a real desire to communicate with your furry friend. And trust me, they notice and appreciate that a lot. But hold on, here comes the most important part. Did you know that even your cat's silence can be saying something? Sometimes, they don't meow, don't approach, they just watch you quietly, standing still, fixing their gaze on you. It may seem simple or even a bit strange, but often this is their way of studying you, trying to understand how you're feeling and sensing the atmosphere in the home at that moment. Cats are extremely sensitive to their owner's energy. They can perceive sadness, tiredness, stress, or anxiety, even when you try to hide it. And it's not just curiosity. They react to these emotions, sometimes approaching to offer comfort, or sometimes stepping back if they sense you need space. It's as if they have an emotional radar built in. This means that taking care of yourself is also taking care of your cat. When you maintain a calmer mind and body, they notice it, feel safer and more relaxed, and life together becomes much more harmonious. Likewise, moments of attention, affection, and patience with your cat not only strengthen the bond, but also create a balanced emotional environment for both of you. Observing this quiet attentiveness from your cat is actually an opportunity for a deep connection, because in that moment they are learning about you while also allowing you to learn about them. Understanding these subtleties makes all the difference in having a relationship built on trust, respect, and true love. If this video helped you understand your cat better, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with that friend who also loves cats. Every gesture of support helps us continue bringing valuable tips about feline behavior, amazing curiosities, and ways to create a true and lasting connection with your kitty. After all, cats are much more than pets. They are companions, friends, and often teachers of patience and observation. And I really want to know from you, what does your cat do that you think is an attempt to communicate? Do they meow differently when they want attention, hide when upset, follow you around the house, nuzzle you affectionately, or even jump on your lap unexpectedly. Share it in the comments. Every story is unique, and hearing these experiences helps all of us notice signals that often go unnoticed. Plus, sharing builds our community of cat lovers, where every owner can learn more about feline behaviors and how to interpret them correctly. Also, if you made it to the end, comment below, "I will never ignore my cat again." This lets me know that you're part of this community of feline lovers who truly understand the value of an animal connection. These moments of attention and care make all the difference in your cat's life, and the bond between you becomes deeper, more harmonious, and full of trust. So remember, care, observe, love, and above all, never ignore your cat. Every gesture, whether it's a meow, an intense gaze, a purr, or even silence, is a message that deserves to be understood. The more you pay attention, the better you can understand what your cat needs, how they feel, and how they communicate with you. This awareness transforms your relationship, making living together happier, more fun, and safer for both of you. Never underestimate the power of a simple feline gesture. A purr, rubbing against you, or that fixed stare may carry messages of love, trust, a call for attention, or even a warning that something isn't right. The more you engage and observe, the more you learn to anticipate these needs, creating an environment of love, safety, and genuine connection. If you put all this into practice, you'll notice that life with your cat becomes richer, more exciting, and full of special moments. Cats may not speak our language, but they are always communicating something. And the magic happens when we truly learn to listen. Dear cat owners, remember, every meow, every gesture, every gaze is an opportunity to create unforgettable memories together. When you understand what your cat is trying to tell you, you're not just a pet owner. You become true life partners, connected by a bond that goes far beyond words.